Hello, welcome to our episode of the Law Show. All we do here is talk about law, tell you about your legal rights so that you can take steps to protect yourself, through the law. So I want to thank all of you. If you are passing by, this is your first time, watching our show, thank you very much for passing by, and do leave us a comment so that we know that you were here. But if you have watched our shows before, thank you so much. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. And thank you for being a part of us. It's been an exciting journey. Now, today, I want us to look at something that some viewers have actually raised and some questions that have come. Whether having a certificate of occupancy in Nigeria gives you the title to land. In other words, is it that if two people are contesting ownership of land, one has a certificate of occupancy, the other one inherited it from his late father or grandfather, does it mean that the one with the certificate of occupancy issued by government automatically owns the land? Okay, so if you pass some states that have established their geographic information services, they put up billboards and signboards saying, now who gets certificate of occupancy? Now you get land. Get your certificate for peace of mind. So we are looking at today at the effect of a certificate of occupancy. Does a certificate of occupancy actually give you title to land? Does it give you a better title? Does it give you something else? Can government give you title to land? We're looking at that. Please don't go away. I will be right back. 24 hours, 7 days a week. You can find your favorite program, Law and You, only on Pinnacle TV. All right, so we're looking at a certificate of occupancy. Does it give you title to land? Because so many people are spending a lot of money paying government to get certificate of occupancy. Now, what is, maybe for those who do not actually know what a certificate of occupancy is, maybe we should start by trying to explain what a certificate of occupancy is. Under the Land Use Act, now that's the Land Use Act of Nigeria, which came into effect in 1978, 29th of March 1978. All land in a state in Nigeria were vested on the governor of the state, and it is the governor that can issue a certificate of occupancy to landowners. Okay, now this brings first issue. Some people would always say that land in a state belongs to the governor. Okay, that land in the state belongs to the governor, and therefore the governor has the power to give it to whoever he wants to. Now, that is not correct. All land in the state do not belong to any governor. All right, so I'll just read out something to you. Please, this is law, so you have to bear with me. Okay, let me read to you section 1 of the Land Use Act, so that we can understand better what it says. Vesting of all land in the state. Section 1. Subject to the provisions of this act, all land comprised in the territory of each state in the federation are hereby vested in the governor of that state, and such land shall be held in trust and administered for the use and common benefit of all Nigerians in accordance with the provisions of this act. So the law uses phrases, uses words carefully. Number 1, it says all land comprising the territory of each state in the federation are hereby vested in the governor of that state. So the land is vested. The land is not given. The land is not donated to the governor of the state. It is not given to the governor of the state. It is not a gift. The ownership is not transferred to the governor. The law only says the land is vested as a vesting proposition. Okay? Now, why is it vested in him? What is he supposed to do with it? Does it become his own? The law says such land shall be held in trust. He shall hold it in trust. Now, the concept of trustee is introduced by the law. Trusteeship relates to a concept in law whereby one person can either hold something for the benefit of somebody else. Hold it, either a child, maybe a man dies, he has an underage son who is about 4 years old, and he has land. Some people will hold the land in trust for the boy. They can't use the land for themselves. They hold it, they use it for the boy. They are accountable to the boy. When the boy is 18, he can take over his land. But until he becomes 18, any person holding that land holds it like an agent for him. So the concept of trust is introduced. The governor shall hold the land in trust and administer it for the use and common benefit of all Nigerians. Okay? So, this is quite clear. Land is not given to the governor. The governor ownership is not given to the governor at all. So that's the first point that people need to understand. That so when people go around saying, "Oh, land is given to government owns all land," that is a lie. That is not the law. That's not correct. That's not correct. Section 1, I just read it to you. It says land is vested in the governor of that state, and such land shall be held in trust and administered for the use and common benefit of all Nigerians. Okay, so if he's going to administer it for the use and common benefit of all Nigerians, does it not mean that he is the owner? He's the one that can use it anyhow as he likes? No. This law starts by saying subject to the provisions of this act. So section 1 is just one provision. There are other provisions, and those provisions actually recognize the rights of individual owners of land. The governor can only acquire land from individual owners for public purpose. Only for public purpose. Okay, I hope this is not very heavy. If it's heavy, you can let us know in the comment section and we can always, try and break it down. All right. So we have made the point that land in states are not given to governor. Governor does not own the land in the state. So governor cannot decide who he gives land to and whose land he can even. Some governors even go ahead to say they are going to forfeit some people's certificate of occupancy, will forfeit your right of occupancy. Governor don't have power to do that. You don't have power. The only thing governors have power to do really under the act when it relates to private land is just like your vehicle particulars. You buy a car, you own a car, and you go to licensing authority to give you a license to use that car on the road. It doesn't mean that the licensing authority is giving you ownership of the car. You already bought the car. For example, if I buy a car from you, I already own the car because I bought it from you. I go to government to change registration to my name. It doesn't mean government is giving me ownership. I already got the ownership from you. And government will give me, usually they will give me maybe 1 year. I think it's usually 1 year. Insurance is 1 year. Motor vehicle registration or whatever is 1 year. The one they call roadworthiness certificate is 1 year. So government will give you a 1 year sort of document. At the end of that 1 year, you go and renew it. You just go and renew your document. You don't renew your ownership of the vehicle. The ownership resides in you. The vehicle will be in your house. If you decide, I don't want to renew the ownership, the vehicle will still be in your house. It is still your property. The same thing with land. You own land. You buy land. In another video, we are going to do, probably in another video, the ways to establish your ownership of land in Nigeria. We are going to do that one separately, so that you can see that one of the ways to establish your ownership of land in Nigeria It's not that government has given you title. Government cannot give title to land in Nigeria at all, at all, at all. Government cannot give title. If you want to own land in Nigeria, you must still go and buy from the original owner. You must go and acquire it. If you don't acquire it and you rely on a certificate of occupancy issued by governor as your title to the land, you will fail. Because in many cases, certificates of occupancy have been cancelled by courts. Cancelled. What's the word they use? Nullified. Nullified. Okay, so I've got a certificate here just to prove to you, that the certificate of occupancy does not give you ownership. I'm going to read it out, some of the contents of a certificate of occupancy. And if you have your own certificate of occupancy and you are watching this and you have any comments, you have any, maybe you disagree with me, you are like, oh, what is it talking about? I got my certificate from the governor of so state. I paid millions for it. Okay, bring your own out. Let's read it. The first section, the first provision there, it says, certificate of occupancy number blah blah blah. Okay, bracket, statutory right of occupancy. Statutory right of occupancy in capital letters bracket. This is to certify, this certificate is to certify that blah blah blah, Mr. Dele Igbinedion, for example, okay, hereinafter called the holder, is entitled to a statutory right of occupancy in and over the land described in the schedule hereto for a term of 99 years, commencing from the 10th day of January 2001, whatever. Listen to me, according to the true intent and meaning of the applicable land law. It shows that this is to certify that Dele Igbinedion, hereinafter called the holder, is entitled. Is entitled. It doesn't say government is giving me a certificate of occupancy. No. He said this is to certify that I'm entitled. So my entitlement must have been solid, must have been intact. If I don't have entitlement, this one cannot give me entitlement. The certificate is only saying that, this is to certify that I'm entitled to it. So my entitlement to it is something different. The certificate is just saying, that I'm entitled to it. It's not giving me the entitlement. Please try to understand the difference before you go and spend millions of naira acquiring certificates of occupancy, because these certificates are mostly useless documents. Mostly useless. Sorry to say, but that is our law. Mostly useless. Okay, unless you want to use it for maybe for loan in a bank or something. Okay, the bank and other financial institutions, they recognize certificates because they think, okay, if you have a certificate here, that's what they recognize. Okay, that's fine. That's for issuing loans and credit facilities. But to establish your ownership, certificate cannot help. It cannot help. Okay, we're just reading it. Let me not get ahead of myself. Let's read it again. This is to certify that Dele Igbinedion, I put my name there, it's not my name that is in this one I'm reading, I just put my name there. This will certify that Dele Igbinedion, or put your name, John James, or whatever your name is, Alhaji Isiaka. This will certify that Alhaji Isiaka of number 10, whatever road, Lagos, hereinafter called the holder, is entitled to a statutory right of occupancy in and over the land described in the schedule hereto for a term of 99 years, commencing from the 17th day of November 2012, according to the true intent and meaning of the applicable land law, and subject to the provisions thereof, and to the following special terms and conditions. So we have made the point that if you have a certificate of occupancy, your certificate is only a government acknowledgement, only a government recognition of title that you have already had. It's like going to school, for example. I mean, I trained as a lawyer, I went through school, by the way. I went through it used to be called the Bender State University, Ekpoma. Now it's called, I think it's called, is it Bruce University now? It moved from Bender State University to Edo State University. Now it's called Bruce University. And then I went to law school and I became and then at the end, the body of benchers of Nigeria, the Council of Legal Education, the Supreme Court, gave me a certificate evidencing that I have gone through the training as a lawyer, that I qualify both in character and in learning as a lawyer. Okay, I hope I'm not squeezing my face, but I need you to understand this. So the certificate, oh, I wish I brought out my certificate of law, but okay, but you understand what I'm saying. I have my certificate issued to me as a lawyer. That certificate is only to certify that I have gone through the training and passed the exams. That certificate does not give me pass in the exam. If I never pass the exam, and you know, as they say in Nigeria, dagbo, I used, you know, anyhow to get that certificate. The day I am caught, what happens? The fact that I have a certificate without having gone through the training, will it help me? It cannot help me now. It cannot help me. So the certificate is only to certify that I have gone through the training. The certificate is not the training. The certificate is not an exemption from the training. The certificate is not to say that I have any other qualification. It's just to certify, okay, this man has gone through the training, he's now a lawyer. Anywhere he goes, give him right of audience, recognize him as a lawyer. There are many people who carry that certificate. They carry the certificate. In fact, they forge it. Then they start appearing in court. You've heard about them. When they are caught, they are tried. The fact that they have the same certificate that I have, even their own may be more beautiful than my own, will not help them. Doesn't help. Why? Because they have not gone through the training. They didn't pass the exam. They didn't go to university. So having a certificate does not help you. It does not replace what you don't have. It doesn't give you what you don't have. So in the same way, a certificate of occupancy cannot give you title if you do not have title. You must first have title to land before you go and apply for a certificate. If you use your political connections to apply for a certificate over other people's land, sorry, you have nothing. You have nothing. You have nothing. And it's been proved in several cases. Several cases. Courts have nullified certificates and throw them away as common pieces of paper. From the High Court up to the Supreme Court. Okay, from the High Court up to the Supreme Court. Now, if you are watching this and you want to be sure whether what I'm saying is correct, go and read the case of CSS Bookshops versus Military Governor of Rivers State. CSS Bookshops, like a bookshop, versus Military Governor of Rivers State. You can Google it. You Google it and find out CSS C.S. Bookshops Limited versus V Military Governor of Rivers State. You will see how the military governor in that case issued a certificate of occupancy over land owned by CSS Bookshop to an Islamic organization. And they thought that was the end. The matter went all the way to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court said you own nothing. You own nothing. Governor gave you nothing. Because since you did not own the land originally, it's nothing. So that is something I want you to be, wary of about certificate of occupancy. If really and truly, if you don't want to apply for a loan, you don't need a certificate of occupancy. You don't need it. If you don't want to apply for a loan from a bank, you don't need it, because a certificate of occupancy does not give you anything better. If you have your deed of conveyance, it's allowed. Your deed of conveyance from the original owner of the land gives you a good title. In fact, gives you a better title than a certificate of occupancy. All right, so okay, let it not be said. I'm not saying to people don't apply for certificates of occupancy. But I'm only saying that if you don't need it to apply for a loan, the additional cost you are undergoing is unnecessary. It's unnecessary because that one, the certificate does not give you anything that you don't have before. Now, let me just also point out a couple of things from the certificate of occupancy here. And it's the one that I have here. This one has been tested in court and, was actually nullified in court. This one I'm looking at here, it's not mine, okay? So it's somebody else's own, but I just brought it to use it, for the purpose of the show. But it's been nullified in court. So certificate of occupancies are nullified every day in court. So you really need to be careful. And the guy who owned this one, I'm sure paid a lot of money. I heard he paid millions of naira for it to the government, only for it to be nullified, by the court. So now, important thing. What I'm saying, I have to stress it, is the law. So nobody should, go running around and saying, "Oh, Dele Igbinedion is saying people should not apply for certificates of occupancy anymore in Nigeria." It is the law. This show is a law show. Here we talk law. This is not a political show. It's not an economic show. It's not a gossip show. It's not. This one is law. Everything we talk here is the law as it is. You may like it, you may not like it, but it is still the law. So you just need to adjust yourself based on legal information that you get. Now let me emphasize something I've already read out from certificate of occupancy before. It says here that this will certify that, put your name, dash, Mr. whatever your name is, of number, dash of your address, hereinafter called the holder, is entitled to, you see the way he uses the word, say it's entitled. It doesn't say it's the owner of the land. It's entitled to a statutory right of occupancy. Is entitled to a statutory right of occupancy. The certificate does not say the Mr. John, Mr. Ben Bruce is the owner of the land. No. So when you hold a certificate and you are saying I'm the owner of the land, you are giving to yourself what even the certificate did not say. Read it, look at it. I told you before, if you have your own copy, maybe you have never looked at these things clearly, go and look at it very well. It says you are hereby certified that you are entitled to a statutory right of occupancy. What is a statutory right of occupancy? What does it mean, a statutory right of occupancy? A statutory right of occupancy means that you have the right to occupy the land. That's all. Not ownership. It doesn't talk about ownership at all. It just certifies that you are entitled to occupy the land. That's why it's called a certificate of occupancy. It's not called a certificate of ownership. Please understand the difference. It's not a certificate of ownership. Government cannot give you a certificate of ownership. The only person who can give you a certificate of ownership may be that poor widow. That poor widow of the man who originally owned that place. That widow you are underrating. Or the children of the late man, you are saying, I don't mind that they don't have money, I have a political connection. I can meet the governor, he can give me land to farm, over 2,000 hectares of land. Don't mind those villagers. It is those villagers that can give you ownership. What the governor can give you is a certificate to recognize that you are entitled to occupy. Because before you apply for a certificate, the law presumes you are in occupation. If you are not in occupation, you cannot apply for a certificate. If you are in occupation, you can then apply for a certificate to recognize that you are in occupation. Occupation. What is occupation in law? Occupation means that you are in possession. You are the one using the land by right, not by force. So, not that you went there with some boys carrying guns, some thugs, you drove everybody away and you entered the place. Any possession acquired by force illegally in law is not a possession. It's not. Okay? So, occupancy means that you are the one who is occupying the place. For example, in this studio, I'm occupying this place now, I'm occupying this chair, I'm sitting on this chair. So I can apply to government to give me a certificate to recognize that I'm the one occupying this chair. Okay, that is all government can give me. Dele, take a certificate that you are sitting on this chair. Finish. Not ownership of the chair. Not ownership of the studio. Government cannot give you that certificate, and you need to read your certificate well. So it says you are entitled to a statutory right of occupancy in and over the land described in the schedule for a term of dash. And the law qualifies. You know, when the law is giving you with one hand, it is putting comma, you know, for you to be sure of what you are doing. It says it's giving you this certificate in accordance with the true intent and meaning of the applicable land law. Eh? I thought government is giving you certificate now. Where are they saying they are giving you again in accordance with the true intent and the meaning of the applicable land law? Which applicable land law again now? Please read your own and you will see it there. Now what it means is simply this. It means that they are recognizing that you are the one who is in possession of the land in accordance with the law that is applicable in that area. So if you got the land without conforming with the law that is applicable in the area, you have nothing. For example, most lands in Nigeria these days, from time memorial up to now, are regulated by customary law. We have customary laws. You know, if you are in Lagos and you want to buy land around the Lekki area, there are Oniles, the people who originally own the land owning families. You cannot acquire land without going through them, because ownership still resides in them. That's how it is. In Benin area, the applicable land law is still the customary law of the Beninese. So the essence of what I'm saying is that the Land Use Act of 1978 did not abrogate the traditional pre-existing land ownership laws and tenures. In fact, it preserves them. But it only introduces a general one which empowers some uniformity in land recognition of your right. In other words, if I bring a title document, a certificate of occupancy from Niger State, it should be Akin is a big word. It should be almost identical with the one from Kano State, issued by Kano State Governor. It should be almost identical with the one issued by Lagos State Governor or Jigawa State Governor. At that level, the governors can issue you certificate after you have satisfied the, shall I use the word, primordial requirements. You have met the real owners of the land. You have bought the land from them. But in order maybe to obtain a loan from a bank, you get a certificate by government, and that's the one the bank will recognize. But a certificate of occupancy does not give you title to land if you never had title. Okay? So if you like what I'm saying, please subscribe to our channel. If you don't like it, subscribe to Pinnacle TV YouTube channel. Give us a thumbs up if you like the show, and share it among your friends so that they can become aware, of their rights. And also leave us a comment so that we know that, you pass by. And if you have any questions, any queries whatsoever you want us to discuss on this show, please leave it in the comment section. We will talk about it. Okay, so when you click subscribe, also click the notification bell so that anytime I post videos, you can get it, fresh, hot, live and direct. All right, that's how I've been today. See you next time. Bye-bye. 24 hours, 7 days a week.
For more exciting, educative, and entertaining programs such as Law and You, Talk Politics, Entertainment Gist, Relationship Talk, and other programs, keep watching Pinnacle TV. You can watch, like, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Pinnacle TV Online. Also visit our website at www.pinnacletv.com. Follow us on Facebook at Pinnacle TV Online or call us on 081 546 99989. Pinnacle TV, top quality broadcasting.